Brought to you by DK Audio.
DK Audio presents The Timekeepers, Voyage with the Vikings by S.J. King, read by Dion Mason. Chapter 1. The Boat Race. Min Jun's little model boat shot away from the riverbank with its sail billowing in the wind. "Go, go, go!" he shouted, racing after it. His two friends groaned behind him. Dong Hyun's boat had already snagged on some riverweed, while Chai Won's had capsized almost straight away. "It's not over yet," said Dong Hyun, as he scrambled to free his boat. "First one past the footbridge wins," yelled Chai Won, setting her model boat upright. They ran quickly down the bank, yelling as the boats bounced over the rippling water of the Jeom River. Ahead, the Yellow Sea stretched beyond the coast of South Korea. Min Jun's boat slowed in a cross-current. The other two boats were catching up. "No," he shouted. "Don't fail me now." Min Jun was an expert modeler. He'd spent weeks crafting his boat. The footbridge was getting closer. Who would win? Min Jun suddenly realized that his friends weren't with him. Dong Hyun and Chai Won were frozen mid-run. Their feet hovered above the ground and their faces were stuck in wild grins. Min Jun's little boat was motionless on the crest of a frozen river wave. Min Jun glanced at his timekeeper's watch on his wrist. The hands were spinning backwards. It can only mean one thing: a timekeeper's mission. The Timekeepers were a secret organization that traveled back in time to keep history on track. It wasn't easy, thanks to a villain called Delay, who was always skulking about and messing things up. Min Jun wondered if this mission was down to Delay's latest troublemaking schemes too. He flipped open his watch and pressed the special button. Rainbow light swirled around him, lifting his feet off the ground. Dong Hyun, Chai Won, the boats, and the river all faded into nothing. Time stood still while Min Jun was with the Timekeepers, so his friends wouldn't wonder where he was. He'd be back before they knew it. The rainbow light faded as Min Jun landed gently on the floor of the History Hub, the Timekeepers' headquarters. He glanced around. He was the first to arrive. There was a large cuckoo clock high on one wall and glass cases around the room displaying precious collections from the past. There were cabinets full of watches, coins, statues and bowls. There was a fashion section, an engineering section, a section devoted to art, and another to sport. Min Jun smiled at his favorite cabinet, boats through the ages. There were paddles and oars on display, ships' lanterns in shining brass, and even a beautiful ship's wheel with spokes carved from oak. "Min Jun here," he announced. The door of the cuckoo clock swung open with a clunk. A small, stripy bird swooped out and flew 3 times around the room. "Cuckoo!" she called. "Cuckoo! Cuckoo!" Min Jun waved at the little bird. "Hey, Tempo, what mission do you have for us today?" Flashes of light lit up the room as the other Timekeepers arrived. "Luke here," said a boy in a patterned shirt. Luke was the Timekeeper with knowledge of fashion. A girl appeared with not one but 2 smartphones in her hand. "Yasmin here," said the Timekeeper's coding expert, tucking the phones into the back pocket of her jeans. "Jackson here," announced the baking expert on the team. He hurriedly wiped a chocolate moustache from his top lip. A small girl in a colourful sports kit was next. "Rosa here," said the team's footballing expert. "This had better be good," she added. "I was about to score a goal." "Kingsley here," said a boy with a guitar slung around his neck. Kingsley's specialist subject was music. "Hannah here," said a girl in a painting smock. Hannah was the art expert. "Sarah here." The last member of the team had a notebook and a pen in hand, ready for all the creative writing that she loved to do. The Timekeepers gathered around the empty glass display case in the center of the History Hub. Min Jun knew he wasn't the only one wondering what the mission would be. A blaze of light dazzled Min Jun's eyes. A small brown stone had appeared inside the display case. Min Jun peered closely at the strange, spiky symbol carved in the center of the stone. Whatever the object was, he knew it would be important for the mission. "Cuckoo!" Tempo cried. The Timekeepers all looked up as the little bird swooped around the rafters, fluttered down and landed on...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?